Gentlemen, welcome back to Attack Wrap here in the Attack Wrap studio. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. We've got a couple of guests here today, and just before we get to that, what we're going to do is we're going to actually highlight the OHL Player of the Week. This week, the OHL Player of the Week goes to Jordan Dintino. Jordan plays for the Sioux Greyhounds, scoring 4 goals, 3 assists, for a total of 7 points this week. So congratulations to Jordan. OHL Goalie of the Week, we're going to call out Ryerson Leenders here. 2 wins, 53 saves, averaging 0.5 goals against, playing for the Mississauga Steelheads. Great work to Ryerson. And of course, your Owen Sound Attack Player of the Week, number 9, Sam Sedley. 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. Of course, that wicked breakaway pass for Ethan Burrows against the Erie Otters for the game-winning goal. So great work there to Sam Sedley. We'll get him on the show here eventually as well. But most importantly, I want to welcome our 2 guests here with us. Today we've got number 11, Cedrick Guindon, and number 16, rookie, Jake Crawford. Jake, Cedrick, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Great. Hey, I want to just kind of ask you guys, for you, Jake, it's your first time now on TV. Cedrick, of course, being a veteran of this show, but getting lots of opportunities on camera now for your first one. Are there folks in your life you just kind of want to give a shout out to and just be like, this was one of those people that just really did help me get to where I'm going?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my parents, right? They're a big factor of where I am today, and like my coaches and teachers I've had along the way, and all my mentors really, and just a shout out to them. So, yeah. Excellent.
Cedrick, yourself, anybody in your life that you just feel like really helped you get to where you are today?
I think Jake's pretty spot on. I mean, people don't realize the sacrifices that go with the sport of hockey, right? So parents, coaches, every family member I can think of, anyone along the way, right? So huge impact.
Absolutely. Talking about people who will even potentially have impact on your career. Nick Suzuki, a former Owen Sound Attack player, now the captain of the NHL franchise that drafts you. Have you had an opportunity to connect with him at all? Has he been able to kind of get that little Owen Sound connection going with you?
Yeah, no, it's been great. Actually, just when I got drafted, he reached out, and then I was able to train all summer in Montreal with Nick and some of the other players, just being close to Montreal, right? So first thing he did was talk about Owen Sound, and the thing that shocked me the most, but at the same time didn't, is that he remembers everyone, right? He's just so humble, so he recognized everyone, like you just said, like we just shut out at people, right? He did the same thing to me. He was asking me about everyone back in Owen Sound, talking about how great his experience was and everything. So it was cool to have that with him, and then I was able to skate with him, be in the gym with him, and even at camp that just passed, right, we played against each other, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Maybe, for my own curiosity, I'm sure Jake, who's, yet to be drafted, looking forward to that one day, I'm sure. Could you go through, just explain a little bit of what those emotions are like when you see your name go up, when you get that phone call? What is that like?
It's a hard feeling to describe, honestly. I mean, I'm really happy to live with Jake, but at the same time, first thing I told him was try to soak in information from guys like me, Colby, who just got drafted, right, Servac and stuff, because it's the best feeling in the world, right? And I want that feeling for everyone that passes through my years being in Owen Sound. So I make sure they do the right thing and stuff, and I try to guide them, obviously, but I just can't describe that feeling, but I wish that feeling for all the guys going through. So
excellent. Wondering for both of you, I mean, obviously getting the chance to do preseason in the NHL with these big players that everybody knows, and yourself being first time here in the OHL, still young, kind of getting your feet under you. Are there NHLers out there that you're just like, man, I want to be like that. Like, that's the kind of game that I want to play?
Well, I mean, first off, like I look at the guys, like Ceddy said, on our team, and I try to model my everyday after them, and try to take in as much as I can. But I mean, in terms of my game, I look at a guy like Anze Kopitar. I mean, he's like a big body, two-way forward. Kind of try to play my game like his, and I mean, try to do it to the best of my ability. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, for me, being close to the Montreal guys, actually my feedback I got from the camp was I play similar to Harvey Pinard on Montreal, and I have the chance to be around him in the summer. So it's crazy how a guy like Jake will kind of look up to the older guys on our team, but I do the same thing when I go to Montreal, right? I look up to the older guys, and a guy like Harvey Pinard, and when I was younger was Pajot, Jean-Gabriel Pajot, those types of guys, right? I'm a bit of a smaller guy, responsible in my D-zone, obviously, so yeah, that's what I try to model my game after.
Excellent. That's very cool. Now, I know obviously growing up just a little bit east of Ottawa there, were you more of a Sens fan, more of a Habs fan? Did you have an allegiance to a team?
Yeah, I was an Ottawa fan.
Okay.
Yeah, it was tough to admit to the Montreal media, but I kind of tried to play my cards right. But I always appreciated Montreal, right? Sure. They always had a good rivalry against Ottawa, and now being drafted by them, I mean, it's easy for me to kind of cheer for them now.
Absolutely.
So
you feel like they're kind of winning you over there.
Exactly right. Yeah. They got me there. So
that's great. And I'm wondering if you guys want to just take a minute here and describe for us sort of your hockey journey. Both of you are at the same team, same league, but very different parts of that hockey journey. Jake, just coming in, and Cedrick, of course, being drafted and looking forward to the future as well. I'm wondering if maybe, Jake, do you want to start and just kind of walk us through some of your time through those minor leagues and your U15s, your U14 experience? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I started out in Barrie, so that's where I live. I played U14 and U15 and played for Coach Ryan Johnson. He helped me a lot, and then the team kind of fell apart a bit, and I moved over to York Simcoe. It's out of Aurora, and they, Rob Shilton, he huge shout out to him because he really helped me in the minor midget year and really helped me become the player I am today. And he made us a really good team, and it was a really fun year in York Simcoe. So yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research on you. I try to make sure I get some research, and watching that year there with York Simcoe, what was it? Just over 50 points in just under 40 games. Like, that's what did it take to get there?
Yeah, it was a crazy year for sure. We had a lot of skilled guys like Owen Griffin and Ryan Brown, 2 first-round guys right there, and they were huge contributors to our team. And I mean, it was just everyone wanted to win, right? So everyone had the mindset, and everyone bought in really. And sadly, we couldn't come out with the OHL Cup and the Red Hats, but we had a really good year.
Excellent. So, oh, very cool. And now here in Owen Sound, have you been enjoying your time here?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, having a guy like Ceddy at home, he just makes me feel at home right away. And my billet parents are awesome, and the guys just this awesome. So it's been really fun. Well,
we'll talk a little bit more about kind of being in Owen Sound in a minute. Before we do, Cedrick, I'm wondering if you just want to maybe walk us through some of that experience that you had and playing with the Nationals and kind of all the way up now to an NHL draft pick in the OHL.
Yeah, obviously the living in Ottawa is really different, I think, from being in the Toronto region. You're kind of far away from everything, and it was hard. I mean, I'm just so grateful for my parents. I don't come from a hockey family, right? So a lot of it was new for my parents and all the people around me. So I never really thought about my future in hockey until I was maybe in Major Bantam, and that's when I put up good numbers on a really good team, and then played for the Rockland Nationals, got drafted in the OHL, and from that point on, I kind of just never changed anything I did since I was young, and it brought me here. So yeah, I'm really grateful, obviously, for the opportunities I had along the way. So
awesome.
Yeah.
For both of you guys, I mean, this kind of happening once you get drafted, for you a little bit younger, but how do you overcome one of the biggest hockey obstacles in a whole year off from COVID? What do you have to do for yourself? How did you stay a competitive player? I mean, of course, getting drafted and then all of a sudden there's just no hockey. Like, what do you do to stay that player that got drafted to the OHL?
I think like a guy like me, I was just so hungry to play, right? Getting hockey taken away from me was, for me, it was motivation more than anything else. So I remember just being in the gym all the time, being on the ice when I could. I got the chance to play Junior A controlled scrimmages during that time, which was the best I could get at that time.
Sure.
So no, I did everything I could to stay in shape and everything. Obviously, missing that 16-year-old year was tough, tough on me. But I mean, it worked out good. So looking back at it, I just did all the right things.
Excellent. Jake, yourself?
Yeah, I mean, mine was my first year of hitting. So I mean, coming back and it was hitting all of a sudden. It was bigger guys. So it was different for sure, but he said it there. It's like just trying to stay in the gym, trying to stay in shape, and you're just itching to get back on the ice constantly. So
yeah. Oh, that's great. You know, Cedrick, kind of missing that first year, and the way you talked about it, it's like you didn't miss a beat. I mean, being a point per game player in the OHL, how do you maintain something like that? How do you come off of a season, perhaps, and knowing that you're a point per game player? Going into this season, like, how do you manage those expectations of yourself, expectations from coaches, and even fans of organizations?
Yeah, it's obviously a lot of pressure when you kind of break it down, but I've never really looked into it that deep. I just go in and play hockey, right? Just super grateful for our coaches too. I mean, they don't put us that type of pressure, right? I think there's a great balance of they just want me to do the right things. They're trying to get me as pro ready as I can, which is, I think, the right thing to do right now. Obviously, I would say a slow start for me personally. I'm not worried about it at all. It's kind of tough going back from Montreal to here, right? It's really
Absolutely
different. So we're just really focusing on playing the right way and everything. Last thing I wanted to do was come back here and have bad habits, because I think I can come back and do what I want. So they're really just focused on playing the right way and trying to get pro ready as fast as I can and as good as I can. So
excellent. You know, Jake, you talked about kind of missing out on that first year of hitting hockey. I'm not sure if you guys were on social media much this week, but of course a lot of these new NHL draft picks getting a chance to play these games, start with their teams, and one of these high draft picks there in Adam Fantilli. I'm not sure if you saw the highlight, but he's kind of coming up the far boards from the bench and just gets a little bit blown up there. Stick goes flying, puck's gone. I mean, you know, he's looking back for a pass, which maybe you can get away with before, not where he is anymore. And I'm wondering for you, maybe having a bit of that experience, like sort of showing up and all of a sudden it's not just hitting hockey, but it's hitting hockey with significantly bigger guys than the last time you played hockey.
Yeah.
Has there been another moment, or maybe that is the moment in both of your careers, where you've entered into a game or entered into a league or been placed in a situation where you go, oh, this is different than what I was expecting. This is another level that now I get to reach this?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like probably the first preseason game or regular season game. It was like, wow, like these guys are all big, strong, fast. Like it's a whole different game from minor hockey, and it was for sure I had to take a step back and try to and just take it in, and then now I'm just trying to, you know, soak it in and try to adjust my game and play the way I can. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I just going from not playing hockey for a whole year to going into these games, which was all new for me. I just remember my first blue line turnover. That was for me the biggest wake up call, right? Getting back on the bench and getting it from Wally, and I've come a long way since then. So yeah, that's what it would be for me.
Excellent. That's very cool. It's good to get these little bits here. You know, we don't know what it's like to be an OHLer, and I guess surrounding that, I'd love to know, like, what is an average day in the OHL look like? Like, let's say it's a Monday practice, right? What does that day, obviously one being in high school, one not. Maybe you could both sort of speak to this. Why don't we, Jake, start with you, being in school. What does an average day look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot different from the non-schooler guys, but I usually wake up and then head to school. School starts at 9, so we're there at school till 9 till 11:45. Then go down to the rink for rink school, which is from 12 till 2, and then on the ice at 2:30 for practice. After practice, we have a workout for an hour, and then we get to go home. So that's usually the average day. After that, I'm just gassed. So
yeah.
Netflix after that.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
I'm more of, I get to sleep in a bit more than Jake.
Yeah.
We got breakfast club in the morning where we all work out together. The older guys, we get together and we just work out, and we head back home. Some guys have courses, some guys don't. I'm about to start mine pretty soon, but besides that, I just play my guitar and play video games, make myself lunch or whatever. And then we head back to the rink for practice, and then after practice we head back home, so it's a bit more laid back than going to high school.
Excellent. So you're a music guy then. This is not something that I was able to discover in this kind of pre-schedule.
Yeah, I asked Jake about it years ago.
Okay. Is he good? That's what we want to know.
Well, he's really good. And then actually on the way here, he's telling me how good he was on the drums. I haven't heard him on the drums yet.
Okay. There's no drum set where we live.
No,
I only have my guitar.
He was hyping himself up.
I was pumping my own tires.
That's awesome. All right. Well, maybe on some future episode of Attack Rap, I don't know. We'll have to we'll pull a guitar out of one of the stalls here. But wondering, talking a little bit about a practice game or a practice day. What about a game day? Like, this weekend having 3, I guess if you count the holiday Monday, having 3 games this weekend. How do you prepare on a game day? What does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, it's, one of the weekends we just had is probably one of the toughest ones we'll have this year, obviously. The traveling and everything. So it's all about knowing your body, knowing what to do, right? It might be new for some of the guys, but for guys like us where we've been here for a while, we kind of know what it takes. So we just get ready physically, whether it's stretching, just relaxing. Some guys like to be a bit more active, other guys don't. So it's all about kind of knowing your own body and just adjusting to that. But everybody does a good job to dialing it in, and when you have a game day, it's in the morning. It starts from the moment you wake. Well, actually, it starts from the night before, getting good food in you and everything. So it's a lot more than some people think. There's a lot of preparation in there for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say mainly the same things. It's a lot of preparation. Starts from the night before. Make sure you're doing the right things, and then it's obviously all new for me and the new guys, right? So the bus rides and stuff, we're kind of just still we're taking it in from the older guys, seeing what they do and then trying to repeat it. But I think it's really just a learning curve right now, and should be good soon. So
yeah, for sure. Do you guys have any kind of unique pre-game routines that you do? I know lots of guys will do the cold showers, or they'll have to do left skate before right skate, or you guys have anything particular about you that it just worked one day and it stuck?
Oh, I'm huge on that. I've had the same routine since my first OHL game.
Okay.
I think there's just so much that goes into it, just eat at the exact same time, take the exact same nap every game day, getting dressed, like you said, left to right, right to left order for me. What I eat, just everything, how much I drink, everything has been the same for 3 years. Well, going to 3 years now, so there's a lot of that, for sure. I'm pretty superstitious and a routine guy for sure.
Good to know.
Not that big of a superstitious guy. I mean, I do the everything goes on the right side first.
Yeah.
So I try to keep that, and then try to do the same thing before home games. I take my stick, stretch, and then usually go sit up in the stands with James Petrovsky, and we kind of do the same thing. We don't really play sewer, but with all the boys, but other than that, it's kind of just, I try not to think about it too much. Sometimes it can go, get in my head a bit, and I try not to let it get to me. So, yeah.
Well, Jake, you know, for both a rookie on the team and a rookie on the show, you set up the segue perfectly there, talking about taping your stick. We're going to go into a new segment here on the show. I've got a couple of special Owen Sound Attack mini sticks here. I've got 3 different kinds of tape. We do have, you know, the classic white tape to hide the blade, perhaps, from the goalie. We've got the black tape, maybe to hide the puck from goaltenders. Now, the fire tape, I think, is just maybe if you're a shooter, like, you know, it's moving real fast. I don't know. I hear it does make your shot a little bit harder. I can't confirm that. But what we're going to do is I'm going to have you guys take one of these sticks each, and
Perfect.
you can maybe show them off to one of the cameras here. And
here you go.
You can pick these up at the Owen Sound Attack store. This isn't a commercial or anything, but just saying you can do that. I want to know if you guys could show us just how do you tape your stick. You know, are you a heel to toe, a toe to heel? Do you do the whole toe, whole blade? Show us the handle, the nub, however you do it. Yeah. I want to make sure you guys have what you need. I don't have spray paint. I know William Nylander's been quoted before, kind of spray painting the whole bottom of his stick white, but go for it. Well, I'll let you guys kind of go and maybe talk a little bit about.
I get a lot of chirps for my knob. Actually, it like starts here, goes all the way down here. Yeah, I do the spinny thing and everything.
Give us an example. We'd love to check that out.
So
I go on the blade. I start with the blade always. I go toe to heel.
Okay, toe to heel. Okay.
Yeah, that's not many guys do that, but.
Might need scissors here.
Oh yeah, let me know if you need a hand getting that tape started.
I'll be fine. I'm like pretty much heel to toe, black tape all the time. Okay. White knob.
Now, is there a reason that you guys have chosen, like, for example, black or white for the blade?
I've kind of always just stuck with white, but I mean, if things aren't going well, I'll switch it up sometimes.
Okay,
yeah.
So you've kind of experimented a little bit with colors?
I have for sure.
I had an old school coach tell me that black tape hid the puck from goalies.
Yeah.
I still don't believe it, but I've just always
been able to ask Corbin or Carter about that?
Goalies have never confirmed it. Yeah, I've never had like straight up feedback from them.
You think they ever will, or do you think that's a secret they may take with them?
I think it's a secret I usually like kind of. That's where I'll need scissors. I
usually go high up too.
Make sure the whole blade is covered, and then I just like kind of cut it off here.
We'll definitely let you trim those up maybe after the show.
Perfect. Yeah.
Find a way to hopefully get these sticks to some lucky fans one day.
Here. Okay. There we go. Then I'll trim that up, and then.
So that's what my blade looks like.
Yeah, if I start doing my knob, I think we'll be here until midnight.
You'll actually go up the blade a little bit more. Yeah. You cover the whole heel.
I usually like to cover the heel.
Is there a reason for it? You just did it once, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it like.
Those scissors there. Perfect. All right, I'll be able to do my knob then.
That's producer Mark to the rescue there.
So yeah, I usually just. Not the best scissors though, but.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, Cedric, this is how I would do mine. I started black tape, and then later on in university I switched to white, and I think I scored that game, which was a rarity. I might have finished my whole years there with 6 goals total, and one of them came on white tape, so the white tape stuck around. Now, do you think, Jake, I know obviously, you know, being a rookie, you can kind of do a few, you know, these fun things. Do you think the coaches would ever let you get away with the flame tape?
I have no clue. I have no clue. I might have to try it out, but I don't think I would be able to get away with it.
This is the secret to scoring goals.
Exactly.
Right here. Anyone who had a dad that would tape their stick when they were younger, they most likely had the twist.
Exactly.
And then you kind of start, and then you kind of just put it all the way down.
So for the kids watching, you know, make sure you're taking notes on this right now. This is...
I usually go further down than this, but then I just get another piece of tape.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a good looking mini stick by the time.
There we go.
Okay, so there's the finished number 16 Jake Crawford mini stick, patented. So we'll get you to put your name on that later. We'll find a way to pick some lucky folks, and maybe they'll get to take those home with them one day.
Okay.
Excellent. So for your nub, you're just kind of a pretty, not really a big nub at all, just a little bit for grip there.
Yeah, I usually just have a little bit, so I usually cut the white tape in half and then wrap it around, like I usually go 12 times.
Okay.
And then I just do red grip tape till probably like this much, and then that's it. So I don't like much.
Do you have the tape, will it go all the way through your palm, or is it kind of just mostly through it?
It's kind of just like mostly. It's like just so my bottom 3 are on it. So.
Okay. And then the white that you do at the top, do you like rest your pinky on that mostly? That's kind of what that's for.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So there we go. We get a little look into the sticks here. And
it's not midnight yet, but I'm like halfway done now. I'm getting there.
Oh.
This is the best part. You kind of cut this in half, and then.
Yeah, that's usually what I do on the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure whoever gets the stick gets it
for sure.
Way,
hey,
so.
Absolutely. You've got 2 minutes to make this perfect. You can keep working in the break here. So, did you start with the twist? Is that something that developed over time, or?
All this has come from my dad.
Okay.
Since, like I said, I'm in novice probably, and I've just stayed with it until now. Went to NHL camps with it, everything, never changed it. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm used to.
It's a very classic look, really.
I mean
it's hard to go to many Ontario dresser rooms and not find a stick looking like this. So.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
Excellent. So no real tactical advantage, just kind of tradition and. There we go. There's the
so the white knob. Kind of cut that in half here. Do the little twisty thing. Then that's all done, and then just heel the toe black tape, and there you go. That's number 11.
Are you guys generally different colors for bottom top? Is there a reason for that, or?
I go red top just because it's the team color, but like I said, white usually on the bottom for me always.
I actually, this is kind of funny. I go white because my dad would complain when I had black tape up here. It would leave marks in the car and on the gloves and everything. So the car would get all, like the trunk would get all black because of the marks. The tape, and even my gloves would get chewed up more easily.
I completely understand that, absolutely. Well, guys, thanks for doing this. We're going to actually jump to break here. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the OHL. We'll check out some highlights from this weekend. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay tuned here on Rogers TV. When we come back, we'll give you the trivia question for this week as well.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Tuesdays on City TV.
We find missing people who have slipped through the cracks, and we bring them home.
We need to talk about how you figured out this location before us cops.
We all have our secrets. You kidnapped a child.
And you kidnapped a man.
I tell you what to help with, and you help with it. You can't manipulate me.
But I did. I'm your partner.
No partners. You're a monster.
Found. All new. Tuesdays, 10, 9 Central on City TV. Or stream it on City TV Plus.
I'm Ross Kettner, Mayor of the municipality of Meaford. There's a lot going on these days, and you can keep up with all of it simply by watching our regular council meetings each Tuesday afternoon at 3 on Rogers TV.
gentlemen, welcome back. Here we are. We're going to actually, maybe I'll deliver the trivia question now, and then we'll get to a few more questions for you guys. So make sure that you text in your answers to this trivia question, which is which minor hockey team did Jake Crawford play for last season? The winner will get tickets to the game on October 21st against the Brantford Bulldogs, coming to town for the first time since they moved to Brantford. Make sure you get those phones out, get those answers in. If you're a student of the show, you'll realize that maybe we mentioned the answer earlier. And so we'll see who was watching the whole show and who tuned in late. That'll be great. Guys, I want to ask you just a couple kind of fun OHL questions. Now, you can't answer the Bayshore or anything like that for these questions, but do you have a favorite, excluding the Bayshore, arena to play in, either in the OHL or maybe it was from, you know, other leagues if you were, you know, if you really liked your Nationals arena, or we won't say where you were playing before, just in case here, but do you guys have a favorite arena to go play?
I think we have the same one now.
Yeah, were you gonna?
Yeah, I mean, you want me to go or you want to say it?
You can say it.
Yeah, I mean, mine was always the odd, Kitchener's rink.
Yeah.
And before we played there the other day, I went to Jake. I'm like, hey, this is my favorite rink. Like, you'll see, it's great. And it turns out he got his first goal, first OHL goal there. So I think it became his favorite rink. So
that's probably my favorite rink right now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen all the rinks yet.
Sure.
But yeah, right now it's got to be the odd.
Is there one that you're like kind of excited to check out?
Yeah, London. I've heard
okay.
London has a cool rink and obviously a little bit of a rivalry. So
sure. Have you gotten a chance to go and watch a game there?
In London? No, I have not. I know I haven't been there yet, but I'm excited.
I'll share a quick experience with you. I actually got the opportunity to go to their first, I believe it was their first, their home opener at the game, first game of the regular season. It was Corey Perry's rookie game. He ended up scoring a hat trick, the overtime winner, and he was the first star of the game. So it was awesome. quite a game to go to. I mean, of course, there is that rivalry, so we don't want to reminisce too much on something like that. But, quite something to see.
Yeah.
Do you guys have, now, we don't want to, okay, we actually do have a winner here. We're going to, I'll share the winner of the trivia question here, and then I'll get to another question. It's just getting radioed into me here. Oh. Okay, we have, I think, back-to-back winner here, Keith Fawcett, winning this contest. So congratulations to Keith. The answer of what minor hockey team did Jake Crawford play for last season? Jake, go ahead.
York Simcoe Express.
Nice, the U16 AAA. So good work there. Keith, congratulations. We'll get those tickets to you for the Brantford game. That's excellent. You know, talking about some arenas that you're looking forward to playing in, ones that you love playing in, are there arenas, we've heard this about Owen Sounds Arena, where teams kind of don't like having to come here. It's one of those arenas where the fans are just right on top of you. It's intimidating to play in. Are there any arenas where you feel like, man, you know, I just feel like they got my number there. I don't have good success there. Is there one of those, or maybe you're like, the ice is soft. Is there anything you don't like, any arena, I should say, that you're not a big fan of?
I'd say Peterborough. I mean, I got to play there in minor hockey because Peterborough was in our loop, and you know, they're known for the square corners, which it makes it hard to play against. And I mean, I don't think it's just hard to play. It's hard to play in that arena, in my opinion. So,
sure.
Yeah.
For me, it would be the Sleeman Center. I have the biggest love-hate relationship with that rink.
Okay.
Got benched there a couple times, but also had a really good night there my first year. I scored my first hat trick, ended up having 4 goals that game at the Sleeman. But I'd say more bad games than good games there.
Sure.
But my best game ever was there, so I don't know. It's love-hate.
Excellent. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Are there any? So we talked kind of arenas, ice, stuff like that. What about dressing rooms? Like, are there any visiting dressing rooms where you're like, man, they are treating us maybe too well for being the visitor team?
Oh, Flint has a good one. Like, besides their showers, it's cold water there, which is not good. But no, they have a really nice away room. There's a lot of like good away dressing room, but just playing playoffs there my first year, I remember they have pretty good away dressing room. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I mean, you've got a limited experience, of course.
Yeah.
I guess you probably now. Did your when you played with the underage Barrie Colts, were you at their arena or somewhere else?
Yeah, we went there once. We were in their dressing room, and then we played at the arena.
So I guess you've seen both home and away there.
Seen both. I mean, I don't think they have the best dressing rooms. I thought Kitchener's was a good away dressing room, and I liked the Sleeman Centers too. But,
okay.
Yeah. So.
Any, I know there's rumors about the Carolina Hurricanes visiting locker room being almost like two separate rooms, and goalies kind of have their own like corner sort of off to the side, and they talk about having to radio everybody in for a meeting. Is there one of those dressing rooms where you're like, take it or leave it kind of thing?
On the spot here a little bit, but I know, well, Barrie's is a bit like that. Yeah. It separates in two rooms.
Yeah.
North Bay, where we were just at, it was like kind of the same build. The one that sticks off the most is probably Barrie. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Barrie would be like kind of separates. They're two small rooms, or Erie's the same too. They're like really small too, and they're separate, so that's not the best. So
it can be tough there for sure. Any throughout your minor hockey experience, anything like that? Like, is there just like one arena that sticks out in your mind with those kind of dressing rooms you just love to never go back to?
Yeah, there's like the Thornton Arena. It's just outside of Barrie. It's like the rooms are just so hot. It just makes it so uncomfortable. I'd have to say that arena for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk just a little bit about some, other OHLers as well. Is there anybody who this year you're just like, you're really excited to compete against on another team? Like one of those kind of guys that they're going to compete hard. You're going to compete hard against them. Maybe you've got some past playing experience or anything like that. Anyone you're really looking forward to seeing out there?
Yeah, I mean, this Friday we'll play Sudbury, which David Goyette is one of my best buddies. We played all minor hockey together, minor and major Bantam, and we're line mates for 2 years. We still reach out. We train together in the summer a bit and everything. And he's their captain now, and I just know it's going to be good. We battled against them pretty good last year. Mm-hmm. Really good games, a bit of a sneaky rivalry there. And you'll see it's a tough ring to play in, and I know he'll show up to play, and we'll make sure we do the same thing.
Sure. I know a couple of your former teammates there going in the first round. Anyone in particular? Yeah,
I'd have to say Owen Griffin from Oshawa. I mean, I can't wait to play against him. He was probably one of my best friends last year on York Simcoe, and I mean, we always go hard in practice, right? And we always have a little rivalry, and so everyone wants to be the best. But I'm excited to play against him.
Very cool. Yeah. All right, a couple more questions, and we'll jump into some highlights here. But what are those bus rides like? You talked a little bit about just kind of taking in the experience as a rookie. You're on the bus for the first time. What kind of stuff goes on? I mean, we see that. It doesn't take an expert to look at you guys on the ice and know there's chemistry on this team. You guys you look like you're enjoying playing together, each of you guys. And so, are those bus rides, do you find them kind of pivotal to bringing this team together?
Yeah, I mean, we got a little bit more bonding last bus ride because we forgot the speaker.
Okay.
So everyone had to do a little bit more talking, but the older guys always like to get the rookies involved. So
nice.
We had a fun little game we did on the last bus ride, and I mean, it's just bonding. Like we get 4 hours, 7 hours on a bus ride. Like you gotta do something to keep your mind off just the hours. But
sure.
Yeah.
I think hotels get the boys close too. Like when you go there the night before, and obviously we go to bed at a reasonable time, but you have a bit of time together, and we usually have dinner as a team, and then we kind of take that and at the hotel, and we get together, we play cards, we just chat, watch games, and I think those are really good moments to have as a team, right? It gets everyone, and as older guys, we make sure that to obviously include everyone, right? So I think that's something that not every team does, but that's something we made sure that we started last year, especially that everyone was in together, and everyone, whether you're a first-year guy or an overager, right? Everyone's in this together. So that's something we made sure.
Very cool. Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, why don't we jump in here? We've got some highlights to look at. Of course, Jake, your first goal. We're going to take a quick peek here. In the first set of highlights, we've got Owen Sound versus Kitchener. So we'll take a look. We'll be muted, and we'll come back and take a peek.
That zone is Hamra fell down trying to put the check on, and out comes Jackson Stewart. Driving to that is Stewart. Chance, and they score. Loose puck in front, and Jake Crawford, the rookie, gets his first career OHL goal.
Breakout pass, and just losing his footing there was Hamra on that springs Stewart going back the other way, and then you have Rakoff caught a forward in the defensive zone, and centering pass out front finds Crawford's stick.
Now Andonovski for Romano. Here comes Romano. Romano shot on, nice save by George. But here's Owen Sound running a shorthanded chance, and it's Colby Barlow. Barlow with an absolute rip. Good save made by Parsons. Back for Misseljevic, down low once again to Swick. Good one-timer from Sop, and a better save made by George, shutting the 5-hole. Up ice come the Kitchener Rangers with Carson Rakoff. The Seattle Kraken prospect, and a nice chance. Good save again made by George. Oh, and look out, 2-on-1 developing for Kitchener. Oh, looking for Mercer. Backhander save made by George, but that pass wasn't completed cleanly, and now here comes Denny Gore. Denny Gore flips it back here for Petrovsky to Guindon. Nice save made by Parsons. He'll break out. Here's Martin for Campbell. Shot save made by George. And so we'll have a 5-on-3 coming up if the Rangers can touch up. And then Barlow backhander save made by Parsons. Gets it off here for Denny Gore. Gore, one-timer from Barlow, and he scores. First of the season for Colby Barlow. Rangers find themselves down a 2-0 hole, and just good movement of the puck by this Owen Sound team, and they get it to Barlow, who picks the top angle over the glove side of Jackson Parsons, and here by Colby Barlow. Score down low, chance for Sedley, save made by Parsons. Gets it off this time, and swooping in to pick up the puck is Martin, but he gets poked free. And here's a breakaway for Denny Gore. Denny Gore dangles, scores. Denny Gore.
A turnover in the neutral zone, and him all alone on Parsons. I mean, this is an overager who has the eye for the back of the net. Quick release, a little bit of a hesitation, and beats Parsons' glove side.
Getting sticks in the lane, but here's Rakoff on a bad line change by the attack. Rakoff shot, save made by George. Back to Campbell one more time. Campbell shot, save made. Here's Sop, score! Matthew Sop, the kid from Kitchener.
As you see Campbell, low point shot kicked away from George. Probably a bigger rebound than he wanted it to, and Matthew Sop is right there. Eyes on the prize, and he goes over the shoulder of Carter George.
Open side of the cage. Swick just couldn't find it. There's Swick, got a good chance. Good save again made by George. Having a sensational game here. As here is Martin, tries to wrap her out. Lamb, and a great save made by George, sprawling out. He'll slow things down, backhands one to Brustevich, back to Misseljevic. Misseljevic shot on, and what a glove save made by Carter George.
Awareness leads the league in assists amongst defensemen. Nice pass in front to Misseljevic. Great move in tight.
And the attack at least bring it out of their zone, but here comes Misseljevic again. Misseljevic with speed. Misseljevic trying to go on the backhand, but George got the pad on it. But Lamb keeps the puck in play in the attack zone. There's a tip in, but a good save made by George. And Turk has tails. Jordan fell down. Here's Ellenis. Ellenis drives in, and what a job to get back by Servac Petrovsky. Slot area, just couldn't get the puck on his stick. Now breaking on through is Guindon. Guindon with Petrovsky scores. Canadians prospect to wild prospect.
And look at Colby Barlow make an impact. Look at that feed up ahead for Guindon. He comes in on the right side, and then that slick back hand pass to Petrovsky, who beats Sop on his way towards the net. A couple of mistakes there for the Kitchener Rangers, bites them, and the Owen Sound attack reinstates that 3-goal lead.
Away, but this Rangers team, they won't quit. Here's Brustevich, shot on, scores! Hunter Brustevich makes it a 2-goal game. Brustevich gets his first of the season.
They just throw pucks towards the goal. Brustevich head up all the way, playing around the perimeter, throws it in front. Maybe a little bit of a screen there distracts George. It slips through his underarm there, and George probably wants this one back, but this is why you put pucks towards the net. You never know what can happen.
Now Lamb off here for Mitchell Martin. To Sopp, back to Martin, back to Sopp. Shot save made by George, and Sopp had a second chance on the rebound. They do get it this way. Now to Carson Raycock. Here's Raycock, shot on, looking to go top shelf, but what a glove save made by George. Now to Hunter Brstevich. Back to Matthew Sopp. Sopp shot came on, puck is loose, jamming away, sprawled out is George, and he smothers up the puck with a sea of Rangers around him. Here comes Martin. He gets poked off the puck. As now Barlow's got it. He hits the empty net, gets his second of the season, and the Owen Sound attack will win this one, and the Rangers will fall to for the first time here in 2023-2024.
Hey, we're back after those highlights. I want to ask you guys just a couple of questions. You know, lots of penalties there in the first period. How does that change the way that you go about the rest of the game?
Yeah, it's a big momentum swing whether you're on the receiving end or not of those calls, right? So obviously power play is huge, right?
Yeah.
Especially, I know it's early to say, but going to playoff, it changes games for sure.
Do you find that when there's a lot of penalties there, like especially early in the game, does it set a tone for the rest of the game? Like when you're in the second and third, I mean, for that game specifically, no more penalties called after the first period. Does that just kind of like, are you like, okay, this is what the refs are looking for this game, this we can kind of get away with, and you sort of play accordingly?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of sets a tone, whether you're on the receiving end or not. I mean, if you got to try to get back into it if you're down a man, and you got to kill it off. But yeah, I think it really shows what the refs are. What the refs they're trying to set their tone too. So
absolutely, Jake. I'm wondering, you know, can you walk us through you're skating in, you've got Stewart coming down the wall. He's obviously getting pressured. Like, you know, he's a big body. You know, he's going to find his way to the front of the net. What's going through your mind right now when you're going towards that goalie?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just, it was a great play by Stewie getting the puck out. I don't really know how he did looking back. There was really no room, but yeah, I saw the puck come out and it just kind of shot it on net and it went, and the guy opened his 5-hole, so kind of got lucky there, but I'll take it for sure.
Great. Yeah. Is that going to be one of those? Well, first of all, did you keep the puck?
Yeah. Ced's got the puck for me, so thank him for that. But yeah, I mean, it was also started with Burr on the wall there at the start, making the play to get out of the zone to Stewie. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, probably one of those memories you think you'll keep with you for your life, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. You know, Barlow, his first game back, he gets up on the board there in the first period on a power play. Does that just all of a sudden, or is your team like, okay, wow, like this is the first period he's back with us, not even halfway through, like he is back?
Yeah, I mean, if someone would ask me what type of player he is, what type of goals he scores, I would show them that clip, right? Just in his sweet spot, bar down. It's great to have him back, right?
Yeah.
It kind of set the tone, like you said earlier, right? Having him back and scoring goals like that, you know, it's huge for our team, so.
Jake, did you get much time to chat with Colby before he ended up going to Winnipeg's camp?
Yeah, I mean, he's the captain, right? He's a great leader, so he always made sure to talk to the younger guys. Texted me as soon as I got drafted as well. And
excellent.
Yeah, so.
Very cool. Cedrick, you know, we saw one of the best feeds I've seen. Like, just, you could have even taken that shot and just somehow, I don't know if you have x-ray vision, if you saw through the defender's body, but you find Petrosky there streaking to the net. He gets just an open net, like just a gift of a pass. How do you make these passes happen?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is chemistry. I think me and Petra obviously have been playing together. I don't know how many games exactly we have together, but it must be a lot. And it's those types of goals that it could be any one of us who on the receiving end of that pass, right? He likes to find me too. So. Could have been him giving me that pass too. So I think we complement each other pretty well, and we kind of find each other. So it's pretty easy to play with a guy like him, and you kind of just take a look and see him, and I thought it was the right play to dish it over. So
great. As somebody who just finds a way to make these passes happen. Like it looks like you can see a pass that most players just don't seem to find. How do you train for that? Like, obviously shooters, they'll shoot on repetition. As a passer, when you're finding these lanes of players moving and you just kind of have this understanding of where to put the puck, how do you develop that skill?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is coming from habits when you're younger. I remember one of my coaches when I was young, he was telling me that I had to make a certain amount of passes before I could shoot the puck. Okay. Just because I would be a bit too, I would score too many goals in games. So I think that has a bit to do with it. He would tell me that I have to do at least 3 passes before I shoot the puck. So I don't know, just a lot of good habits growing up, and I think a big part of my game is to dish the puck. So yeah, it's.
So your message to all those kids out there watching tonight, you just listen to the coach. Do what he says.
Yeah, listen to coaches. Yeah, listen to your coaches for sure.
Excellent. All right, well, we'll jump into the highlights from Saturday at the Bayshore, Owen Sound versus Erie, and we'll be back with a bit of a breakdown of it.
Time shot, scores! Mere seconds into the power play, Spencer Sova blasts it home, and it's 1-0 for the Otters. Galloping across center, into the zone, drops it for Burrows. He fires, he got hit, rebound, scores! Sam Sedley at the side of the goal, ties the game, it's 1-1. They take a seat, and the second power play unit gets a crack here. One-time shot, scores! Landon Hookie. 10 seconds into the power play, and for the first time tonight, it's the attack out in front. Sam Sedley, top of the circle. One-timer, Barlow, he scores! Welcome back to the Bears Den. Colby Barlow makes it 3-1. That's Davio. Tried to throw it towards the goal. Owen Sound fails to clear. Davio on the interception. Fires and he scores! The stick's broken, that doesn't matter. Davio on the interception picks the corner.
Davio's second winner of the night. He set up the first goal for the Erie Otters, first period.
And Hookie, a couple of big forwards there, dueling, as Alfano has it on the near side. Stick lifted by Waddick, out into the slot. Spence has control. He lets it go and he scores! Malcolm Spence ties the game. It's 3-3.
Well played.
It's Gore. Burrows. Burrows back to Denny Gore. Toe drag move coming in. He scores! A beauty from Denny Gore. He stays red hot, and it's 4-3 Owen Sound.
Matthew Schaefer, young Matthew Schaefer, got caught deep and wasn't strong enough on the puck, passing it back to his own point.
The man advantage, Davio, Spence, side of the goal, Alfano, power move, scores! Alfano wraps it around to tie the game.
Well, they've been knocking through that power play. Even before that, they've had a lot of quality opportunities that voters turned back.
Now, cutting towards the center, lets it go. That one was stopped by Votary. They bank it home, they score! 3 for 3 on the power play are the Otters. Carey Terrance gives them a 5-4 advantage.
Carey Terrance, that's a
on. Passed it away, bouncing puck. Gore's on it. Gore with the shot. He scores! How about that? Denny Gore, and this game is tied.
Well, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. They're in a situation where they had to score shorthanded. And boom, Denny Gore with his 6th goal on the season already comes through in spades.
Sometimes you just need the bounces to go your way, and the puck hops the stick of young Matthew Schaefer, and Denny Gore makes no mistake. In the net, that's Davio who gets back up, digging away, and now Burrows is going to ladder it back. And Ethan Burrows will start breaking up ice. Here's the breakaway pass. Burrows is sprung. Ethan Burrows coming in. Game on his stick. He scores! Ethan Burrows says good night. The attack win.
Thanks.
Well, gentlemen, a finish for the ages, certainly on that game. I'm wondering if you guys could, one of you want to maybe tell us what is the atmosphere on the bench when you're down 5-4, you get one kind of weaker call on Barlow there, and then the missed call basically right in front of the benches, a high stick on Jordan, and then I think it's Steiner who gets called on a trip. Like, what's kind of the atmosphere? What are you guys thinking? Are the heads kind of hanging a little heavier?
Yeah, I mean, I think the boys were all riled up a bit about like the missed calls and stuff for sure. And Wally had to kind of tell us, "Don't worry about it, right? It's not we can't control what the refs think and what they do." And I think it was mainly just trying to stay in the game. And obviously Burr and Denny were both really great for us that game. And Burr came through at the end there, so it was awesome. Yeah.
We're, I think I was telling you guys I was losing my voice by the end of that game. Were you guys just like, what was that like being on the bench? I mean, obviously being off and watching from the glass there was exciting, but
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just getting that goal to tie it up is huge, right? So it was huge to bring that into overtime, and then Burr coming in clutch was awesome too. So it's fun for everyone, and it's a huge 2 points, obviously.
Excellent. Well, guys, a couple of great games this weekend. It was great to see those. Jake, congratulations on your first goal. First assist as well. We should mention that as well. I mean, you got to get both, right? They're both important. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching our show this week. It was great to have you guys on. We're looking forward to your games this week as well. Sudbury on Friday will be great. So thank you guys. These are our following games coming up. Friday, October 13th in Sudbury, then in the Sioux, then back in Kitchener where Jake got his first goal. So we'll hope to see another one there. And then playing home to Brantford and to Kingston. So make sure you tune in on Rogers TV and the OHL Network for those games. We'll be back with Attack Wrap again next week. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. Thank you again for joining us here on Rogers TV.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Tuesdays on City TV.
We find missing people who have slipped through the cracks, and we bring them home.
We need to talk about how you figured out this location before us cops.
We all have our secrets.